looking for color in the black and white. Skyscrapers we created on shaky ground. I'm trying to find my patience, but she won't let me breathe. And I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. There's nothing underneath. It's all a waste of time. All we are is talking over each other. Over each other. Reaching for satellites, but all alone. Under your breath, you're saying that I was wrong. Oh,
Hey, Don.
You won't let me breathe. All we are is talking.
Give me a minute.
I'm so tired of talking over each other. Say what's underneath. I wanna see your side. Don't have to be talking over each other. Over each other.
I don't know if anybody's over each other. Over each other. Look it up. Linkin Park. Music video is really good. And what the coolest part about it is, like, it's really cheap. Like, it was really cheaply done, and yet it was still kind of like, it's a really good music video. It's weird how music videos can still be awesome, you know? It's like, because I've heard, like, basically one of my friends was just complaining that, like, that they don't like music videos anymore. They don't like modern music and all of this stuff. And basically I just pointed him to this one, and it's like, the music video for it is good. The music itself is is decent. You know, it's not the best song ever, but it's like, it's stuck in my head, and it's mainly because of the music video, I think. And the story, there's a story in this music video, and it's fucking tragic. But it's really good. It's so simple though, and it's just, yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, I need to get that out of my system. It's just like, it's stuck in my head, and it will not go away. I don't mind it being stuck in my head, but yeah, I just got over, like, another earworm, and then this happens. Well, just gotten over, like, a few weeks ago. I'm trying to get my hair to go, just stay back, because it kept parting in the middle and then getting in my face, but it won't stay back. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, he still says that doesn't count. Do you know why he says that doesn't count as good modern music and music video and music production and all that stuff? Do you know why he says that doesn't count? apparently, if a band is like 25 years old, it's not modern music. Like, even if they're making new stuff, it's not modern music, apparently, according to him. And it's like, I mean, it is. This is a modern song. This is a new. Okay, it's a couple years old. It's a couple years old. How old is it? One year. It's 1 year old. It was uploaded to YouTube 1 year ago, like the official music video. So yeah, it's a really good music video. I do not understand. Some people are just stuck in the past or whatever. I don't know. Although a lot of modern music is garbage. Like, I will agree with him on that point. Okay. So, well, not much has happened in the past couple of days. I've been like organizing stuff here, like Pokemon cards, setting up stuff on my new phone, all that stuff. I've got to have my liver ultrasounded. Ew. My liver and my kidneys have to be ultrasounded because they don't trust. They just want to study me. Because I'm so fascinating. Like, oh my god. No. I swear to God, they just want to study me. I don't mind the ultrasounds at all, though. I had an ultrasound like a while ago because I thought I had like a hernia thingy. And they poked me and they checked me and all of that stuff, and it wasn't a hernia, but they were like, "Can we check something like real quick?" And then basically like ultrasounded me. Like, I actually. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I didn't have a hernia, but I had torn muscle, but it wasn't herniated or something. I don't know what the term is. Hernia is where basically muscle gets trapped in between other muscles and stuff, right? Like, that's a hernia, right? But yeah, but I did tear muscle. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Anyway, I can't remember what my ultrasound is. I don't think it's next week. I think it's the week after. Stop it. Thank you. So yeah, like, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. Yep, still playing in my brain. Occurs when an internal organ or tissue pushes through a weak spot in the surrounding muscle. Yep. It's basically when like stuff is like when things are herniated. I think a hernia is just muscle related, but like you can have herniated tissues and stuff, and it's like, ew. Okay, yeah, let's not talk about it anymore, because again, like, my mind, it just conjures these images, which is super fun. I was supposed to do a Growler live stream, but I had basically like no time today to do it. Honestly, I just kind of want to watch Star Trek. I mean, that's just what I want to do right now. I just kind of want to watch Star Trek, but I can't watch Star Trek because other people are watching Star Trek with me, which means that I have to stop watching Star Trek. I've been trying to think of like I've been kind of trying to justify having Paramount Plus. Because now I've got Paramount Plus. Like Itchy made me have it. He forced it upon me. He forced it upon me. I was going to say that he paid for it, but like he didn't pay he didn't pay for all of it. He paid me like, what was it, like $5 or something? Go through Doctor Who. That's not on Paramount Plus. Plus, I'm not super into Doctor Who. Like it just kind of it got really good, and then it got worse, and then it got good again, but then it got worse again, and it's just like it yo-yos so much. But yeah, ever since basically, like, oh, Whittaker, it kind of just got progressively even badder. Like, yeah, which is a real shame because Whittaker was like she's like a really good doctor. We can talk about Doctor Who. I don't mind talking about Doctor Who. What do you know about Doctor Who? Great. Mm. Yeah. By the way, if anybody has a topic that they want to talk about, then like go for it. I'm cool with that. Anybody want to talk about any nerdy shit? I'm up. I'm totally up for it. I'm totally up for it. Except for Star Wars. I I accidentally trapped myself because I I got talking to somebody who was big into Star Wars, big into Star Wars, like all of those quotation marks around all of those words, because they didn't like all of the Star Wars stuff, but they did like Andor, and they liked the political drama of it all, and it was like, so not Star Wars, the things that make Star Wars, because that's what Andor was. Like I don't understand why that thing is like held up as like, oh, it's the peak of Star Wars perfection. It's so good. It's like, what did it have that was Star Wars again? What did it have in it that was Star Wars again? That was Star Warsy. I don't think I had anything that was Star Warsy in it. It's like, oh, that's what made it so good because it's so different. It's like, yeah, but you might as well just not have made it Star Wars. You could easily just say that this happened somewhere else, like in another galaxy, not so far away, not so long ago, you know? So, yeah. That's me. You like Andor the most? No, I wasn't you. Um, oh man, that's sad. Andor is the only Star Wars show I've heard good things about. Well, I mean, like, you can like it, everything. I just don't understand why everybody basically is like putting on such a pedestal. It's kind of like the whole Breaking Bad thing. Like everyone said that Breaking Bad was good, and I didn't watch it for the longest time, and then I watched it, and I was like, this is really what everyone considers good. It's so shallow and artsy fartsy. You kidding? It's, I mean, it's trying. It looks like it's trying to be good. It's like it's like everybody's kind of pity, kind of like saying it's good. It's like it's been put on a fridge, you know. It's like it's good in the way that basically you would say like a kid's crayon drawing is good, you know. Like like everybody's like, yeah, that's really good. It's really good. Nice job. That's kind of how I feel about like Breaking Bad and Andor. It's like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay and everything, and like people were elbowing me saying like, it's like, dude, you're supposed to say it's really good. It's like, but it's not. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Andor was king. Great pacing. No. Great story. We already know the story. I didn't really care about like knowing Andor's story in the first place. And then when I found out what his story was, it was kind of like, oh, like, oh, they're gonna make us watch it. Okay, okay. No. You know, I had it on in the background, and that was it. It was like because nothing drew me in. Nothing drew me in. Nothing fucking goofy in space. Fucking goofy in space. That's Star Wars, though. That is Star Wars. It's Wars in the Stars. It's not like random political grimy bullshit. You know, it's wars in the stars. Where was there any wars in the stars? There was no Star Wars. So is it close to what the main brand is? No. But is the lore good for common people in Star Wars? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it isn't. Like, basically, they wanted to be the Clone Wars in terms of lore, but it kind of failed because it fucks up. It fucks with the with stuff that happens in the Clone Wars. And normally I'd be okay with that, but like they completely changed her speech that she makes. We see her speech in like Rebels and the Clone Wars, and basically it wasn't the speech that she made. So that's like immediately breaking the law. But I mean, I know that happens at the end and everything, but it's still, um, yeah, just the really kind of like shallow society bullshit that they're trying to they the current like political shit that they basically try to inject into Star Wars. This was basically that the show, and it was like, okay, I'm yeah. And then they time jump a bunch. They just time skip a bunch of stuff at random. It seems sometimes, and it's like yeah, okay, that's just yeah. I always wonder what happened to the current non-force users, and they get slaughtered. Yeah, well, I'm still not getting it. I'm still not getting what the like why that would be a good why that would be a good Star Wars show. You know, if somebody pitched that to me, then I'd be like, mm. So where's the Star Wars? Where's the Star Wars bit? I wouldn't mind like a little bit of sprinkling of something like of something like just a mention or two of something that was like Star Warsy. I would like them to at least mention something that's a bit Star Warsy. But they don't. They don't ever mention anything that's a bit Star Warsy at all. You know? Yeah. It's just like, yeah. I'm trying to think of what the Star Trek equivalent would be. I think the Star Trek equivalent would basically be us seeing all of the kind of like the spy network, basically like a Section 31. No, not even that. Oh my god, not even that. Basically, like we follow a freighter pilot that isn't part of Starfleet. No, not even that, because they're not in space that much. Yeah, it's more like we're on a colony, and basically we deal with like all of their internal bullshit and stuff. You know, I'm trying to think of a good Cardassian DMZ, the demilitarized zone, the Maquis. It's like we basically deal with somebody who's in the administration of the Maquis in Star Trek. That's exactly what this show is. That's exactly what Andor is. It's basically like it sounds like it would be a cool concept. It's like there's no Federation, there's no Starfleet, there's basically nothing that makes this Star Trek. You wouldn't be able to call that a Star Trek, in fact. It just takes place in the same universe. But it's like somebody who's basically like in the administration of the Maquis that basically has to do spy shit sometimes. And they happen to get on like a runabout that doesn't make sense. You know? Like that's exactly the equivalent. That's the Star Trek equivalent. It's like it's some guy that no one cares about doing something that doesn't really affect anything. That basically is just kind of like it is not going to matter in any sense. You know, it's like that's what this show is about. You know, that's basically what Andor's about. It's like I just don't care. You've removed it too much from Star Trek. It's just me personally don't care. It's just my opinion, but like I I don't understand why people want that because it's not Star Wars then, is it? Oh my god. Makes the movies be more damn the Empire was bad, but they are bad. We already know they're fucking bad. We already get that. Like, why do we need to be? Why do they need to hammer it home? It's pretty fucking obvious. They are basically an analogy for Nazis. That's the whole point, isn't it? I thought that was the whole point. We already know they're super duper bad. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe the Empire would do this. It's like, I can. Where have you been? You know, it's like no shit. That's why I never liked Star Wars. Then why do you like this? Well, I guess I just explained it because it's basically not Star Wars. I was only interested in those movies when they talked law and politics. Um, that is most of Star Wars. Okay, that's mostly the prequel series, but like the original series of movies has politics and stuff. Anyway, you hate the lightsaber battles. I mean, I do too because they are dumb, but it's still the choreography and everything. I like sword battles. You know, I like seeing sword fights and stuff. So I'm okay with like it being a sword that you can't touch and that people can't touch and that they don't use correctly, because I've already explained the whole, why lightsabers, why those fights should be over pretty quickly, but you have guns, shoot people. Yeah, the point is that you can't really use guns on Jedi because of lightsabers. You can't do that because they can tell where the blaster bolt's gonna go, so they can just move their lightsaber and stuff. Clone Wars for me has just been pushed back. Why has Clone Wars been pushed back? I actually didn't mind Clone Wars. I didn't mind Clone Wars. It's very obvious that it was meant for kids, but it was very obvious that they actually did think about like the politics and actual space combat and stuff, even though the Jedi do a lot of stuff that's basically considered to be war crimes. So yeah, but then again, the robots do as well. So yeah. Andor is now my canon for my short life that I shouldn't care about talking Star Wars. Don't know what you mean there. That's why I like watching Amish videos. No plot for the world, but it's cool. They nuke one planet and the man the man character, I'm guessing main character, just gets tossed and loses an arm. Are you trying to sum up the plot of two of the classic movies? I think you're trying, but well, a lot more happens than that. But yeah, incest does, for example. Anyway, I want to see more war crimes that Andor gives me. You want to see more war crimes that Andor gives me. Right, but like when the Republic was supposed to be the good guys, like the Jedi in particular did a couple of war crimes and a couple of false white flagging. They did that twice. The whole "we surrender," not really, and then they shoot at them, and it's like, no, you can't do that. That is a war crime. You can't do that. They do that twice in the Clone Wars. That's just like one example. Well, two examples technically, but whatever. And they're supposed to be the good guys, and this isn't a like, oh, it's like, oh my god, Palpatine is manipulating like the people to make them do this. It's like, no, this was the Jedi. These were the Jedi commanders that were basically commanding units to go and do this. Like, this is the Jedi. The Jedi themselves are also fucked up. But yeah, they kind of deal with that in Rebels. They actually do kind of deal with that in Rebels. So yeah. So I'm okay with the Jedi because basically, like, there's a character in Rebels. I can't remember his name, but basically, like, he kind of sums up that the Jedi are kind of wrong, the Sith are wrong. You know, it's like there needs to be more balance in the Force and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, it makes that he makes a lot more sense. He makes a lot more sense. I can't remember his name. Gabu? Is he Gabu? Gabu? It's a giant monkey. It's basically a giant monkey. And he's voiced by Tom Baker, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Mostly the prequels talked lore. I hope Don is good. I hope I haven't been blocking other chats. I don't think you can do that. Sorry, but you don't have that much power. But you can easily force push someone's sword back, so all of it is useful. All of it is useful. Useless? Is stupid? Is that what you're saying? That's not how you would. That's not why lightsaber fights are broken. Basically, and I've explained this to a couple of people. I don't know if I've done this on this stream, but like when you can easily, the Sith would be able to win every single lightsaber fight ever. Do you know how? It's very simple. Basically, a Jedi will put his sword up to block, or whatever, in whatever direction that the Sith is coming at them with their lightsaber. You put your lightsaber up to block, and you're dead. Because you can just turn off your lightsaber and then turn it back on again, and then you've cut their head off. The Jedi aren't allowed to do this because it's against the laws of combat with a lightsaber to do this tactic. But the Jedi can just do this. I mean, the Sith can just do this. So why don't they ever do that? Why don't they ever do that? Why? You can argue that basically, like, that they're doing some kind of mental pushing to make sure that the Sith never actually do that. But it's like, well, it is actually explained. Like, the whole fighting, like, Jedi and Sith fighting, it's like they can control you, but they will also obey your commands. So basically, like, when the Sith and the Jedi are actually fighting, they're actually kind of like not just fighting in like punching, kicking, lightsabering. They're actually fighting to manipulate each other with the Force. So, I mean, I guess the Jedi are stopping them from doing this. But yeah, it's a whole thing of like, well, that's one of the first things I would do if I was a Sith. I'd just do the lightsaber trick. So yeah. Tend to go blank at Star Wars chat. What do you want to talk about then? Then I was going to say Panda Fox. Don, I'm okay with changing the subject. I'm not a fan of Star Wars in the first place. I'm just saying that, like in my opinion, I don't understand why everybody is so super. Nobody's given me a good concrete reason for why Andor is the best thing ever. It's kind of like Breaking Bad. Nobody's given me a concrete reason for why Breaking Bad is the best thing ever. I don't know. Is the new Star Trek out yet? I think it is. I think Starfleet Academy is out, and I don't like it. But I already explained to you why I don't like it. I can do it again if you want. Totally okay with going over that again. I've got to watch it though because Paul Giamatti is in it. I know everyone's opinions are subjective, but like nobody's been able to argue with me to make me think, oh, okay, maybe it's not so bad. You know, nobody has ever been able to change my opinions and give me concrete reasons to try to at least think about changing my opinions. So yeah. But yeah, I mean I could watch that on Paramount Plus. The new Star Trek. I just don't like it because it's basically like it's so connected, it's so embedded. It's embedded in Discovery, and I fucking hate Discovery so much. I mean, that show shat constantly. It can just continuously shat on, and not in a good way, not with Shatner. I mean, actually, like pooped, excremented on Star Trek so hard. So did Picard, and I don't. Yeah, I just like I'm annoyed. You know, it's like if they ever, I don't think they will actually get it done now. But um, like Star Trek Legacy, that show that everyone kept wanting so bad, would be a spin-off off of Picard, and Picard is wrong in so many ways. Like it's not, it's insulting. It's actually insulting. And yet, Strange New Worlds, I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. It's just got like one or two little niggly bits that I don't like. You know, it's just that I can't see how how can justify how I can justify liking Starfleet Academy when it's basically set up in the future. It's not the same premise as the original idea for Star Trek Academy. And I've explained that already. I definitely have explained that in a live stream already. Um, and it's got some of the same characters that are from Star Trek Discovery. You know, it's been set up directly as almost like a continuation of Star Trek Discovery, and I hated that so much. It's still winding me up. It's just yeah. Picard is just wrong, but it's at least it's kind of funny how bad it is. It's kind of funny how awful that is. You know, it's it's so annoying. I mean, that Picard feels almost like it's a personal attack on me, you know, bringing my favorite character back, pairing her with somebody that basically is the most annoying, awful person ever, uh, and then just kind of like shitting on all the people around her as well, you know, and it's like making characters and then just like tossing them away, you know. that are really good. These characters are really good, but they just kind of like just whatever them, you know. They forget about them. They just straight up forget about them. Like, I'm sorry, spoilers for Picard if anybody hasn't seen Picard, but like we spend at least 2 seasons building up this character, this love interest for Picard, and it all gets just he doesn't basically see her for the last season. He sees her in like an episode, and then just kind of forgets that she exists. Like, she's whatever. Just like, yeah, you know, they completely forget that they dealt with the Borg twice. I think this happens actually twice. I think this actually happens twice. Like, in the first season, we're dealing with Borg stuff. Second season, like, we're dealing with Borg stuff, but we don't know why we're dealing with Borg stuff. It's like, I swear to God, they're like, there hasn't been any Borg activities for so long. It's like, didn't you remember last year? Didn't we just do a whole thing with the Borg last year? I'm pretty sure we did stuff with the Borg last year. Don't we? Like the whole artifact bullshit thing? Whatever. It's okay. Just move on. Okay. Like, and then basically in the last season, like, Borg stuff. And then and yet somebody says, like, we haven't dealt with them in like decades. And it's like, fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck you and fuck off. You dealt with them twice and you just forgot about it. You just forgot that that Borg stuff happened. I hate you. I hate you, Picard. You don't know what you don't know what you're doing. Like, the show doesn't know what it's doing. But see, I'm smiling because it is actually kind of funny how just broken Picard is. Just the concept, the guy, the character is just broken. It's just like, oh my God. Fucking with the Romulans as well is so dumb. Oh, I've missed it. I've missed the chat. I don't know how to give a concrete reason. Everyone's opinion is subjective. I've already read that. Up for watching Star Trek after this. Like, it's 4 a.m. I'm supposed to be trying to get to sleep because I've got like things to do, kind of. Well, actually, I don't know if I should stay up or not. I just don't know. Wouldn't mind checking out the movie you said with the prison Enterprise messed up. Oh, the Undiscovered Country. Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country. I mean, I'm sure you can watch that. I kind of watched it semi recently. I watched it when I was at my mum's. My mum's got Paramount Plus. But yeah. Yeah, there's just if anything basically comes like as a continuation of Picard or Discovery, I don't know if I can. You know, I'm okay with the spin-off of the of Strange New Worlds because they get it. They make sense. You know, they seem to understand Star Trek enough to where they're not shitting on it all the time. It has problems. It does have problems. You know, I mean, Spock is a joke, and like they still keep doing the whole floaty ship thing that I've already gone over. But it's not. It's it's not bad. It's not bad. It seems to be an actual kind of It's got really good characters in it. I just really enjoy Strange New Worlds. It's like, yeah. Even the characters I don't like, I can see points to them. I can see that there's actually a point to them, you know. And yeah, they do kind of do the whole nostalgia baiting thing, but like it's kind of interesting, you know. They'll name drop something, and then they will basically like it's kind of interesting when those things show up, because we get to see how they're kind of redesigned or improved on or something to basically make them not look super duper made in the 60s. I'm okay with that. So yeah, I am wondering what they're going to do once they, to replace Strange New Worlds. I'm wondering what they're going to do. Because that's I think that's over after next year. After next year, it's basically, well, or maybe it has one more seasons. It's got five seasons. Like after the fifth season, they said they're going to stop, and I'm not sure how many seasons we've had. Did we have 3? Yeah, we've just finished the 3rd season. So yeah, we've got another two more years of Strange New Worlds, and then that's done. And that's probably going to be fine. But yeah, but I don't know how true this is, but it's been kind of confirmed that they are just going to straight up make Star Trek, the original series, but now, like they're basically going to remake or like just do again Star Trek, the original series. And it's like, I kind of am okay with that. I kind of predicted that a while back, and then Strange New Worlds happened, and now that Strange New Worlds has been insanely popular compared to the other Star Trek stuff, it's like I don't think they're gonna just stop at Strange New Worlds with Pike and everything. I think they might actually continue and either redo some old stories from the original series, or like do the missions, the in between missions that we didn't see or whatever, because the original series, as much as I I credit the original series for basically existing and bringing Star Trek to us, I hate how 60s it looks. It does really kind of like pull you out of it when like there's a bunch of 60s talk. The way that people talk and the way that people move, even the way that people dress, of course, it's like all of it is very, very screaming 60s, and it just is. It is kind of annoying. It is kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying when they suggest that Scotty might hate women just because like a woman did something wrong in engineering or near engineering or something that got somebody killed, and he was super sad about it. So they think that Scotty is gonna kill some women because like he's so PTSD'd over this incident that was because of a woman, or the last episode of Star Trek, the original series, where basically like everybody's got this. The main villain of that story is a woman that basically wanted to be captain of a starship, and she couldn't be captain of a starship because she's a girl. It's like, stuff like that. And of course, everybody, just the way that everybody talks is very 60s, and it's just, yeah. There's also a really slow build up to stuff, and it's cool to see that now. It's cool to see that right now, but it's like, yeah. Anyway, oh my god. If basically Starfleet Academy turns out to be just an extension, just a continuation of Star Trek Discovery, which it looks like it very much is, just looks like it is, then I can't do it, and it's a real shame because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Paul Giamatti, of Robert Picardo, one of my other favorite characters from Star Trek Voyager. He's in Starfleet Academy. Like, oh my god. I just wish that they had actually made it like they wanted to make it. Not like how they basically had to make it. Okay. Oh, anything else? Gonna check out the trailer. What, for Starfleet Academy? I kind of don't like that they also made Paul Giamatti, his character is supposed to be a half Tellarite, half Klingon. They seem to do this, by the way, in the future when because I had to watch. I basically forced myself to watch all of Discovery until the very end. I skipped over a bunch of stuff, but I've noticed that they like to hybridize people in the future, and it's like, well, I just don't get it. I don't get why they do that. Why do you do that? Because it's the future, so of course everybody's going to be more homogenized, and it's like, that's not necessarily true. It's like that's a very federation-y, like, human idea, But everyone seems to be fucking like half whatevered. It's strange. It bugs me a little bit, not a lot, but it's just that I would love to see Paul Giamatti be a Tellarite or a Klingon. Why does he have to be both? Because you kind of you're just watering. That sounds racist, but you are kind of watering down both of those things. They don't even do it that good. He doesn't really have any Tellarite features. He just has bumpy forehead. Not even a really bumpy forehead, because he's only half Klingon. But I don't really see any, I don't see tusks. I don't see the piggy nose. I don't see any Tellarite features. It's just that he's basically just mostly Klingon, I guess. Like, Tellarites are the piggy people. He should totally be a piggy person. He's Paul Giamatti. He can totally do that. He can pull that off. Apparently they gave him a choice. Apparently he's the reason for this as well. Maybe, I think, this is only hearsay. But apparently they gave him the option of playing certain roles, and they gave him certain options that came with these roles. So basically, he could be like one of the really important people, like because he's playing like a villain character. He could be one of the important people. That's a good guy. You know, one of the higher ups administration people. He can play one of the bad people, like a villain. And he was like, villain. So he loves Star Trek, by the way. He really wanted to be in Star Trek for a long time, apparently. Like, so he jumped on this chance. But like, so they gave him the options, and then when he was offered the role of villain, they gave him like a choice between, like, you can be a human, you can be Klingon, you can be another race, you know. And then they were like a Tellarite or something, and he was like, ooh, Klingon, no, Tellarite. And then basically they made him a Klingon Tellarite hybrid. They also gave him some other options, but I don't know. I think they withheld that information for after the trailer. So yeah, I immediately hate non-serious college vibes in shows. Non-serious college vibes in shows, and that looks like Teen Wolf High School Star Trek. Teen Wolf High School Star Trek. It's Starfleet Academy, so it's basically like a college. It's supposed to be like a college, right? The original premise, in case you don't remember, the original premise, 60 years ago, that's how long this idea has been around for. The original premise was basically going to be us meeting Kirk and Spock and like a couple of other people in the academy when they were in the academy, when they're actually in the academy. Either as being teachers in administration roles or as actual students. Like, that was the original plan. But Star Trek got cancelled. Like, it got like proper cancelled. Like, we didn't see Star Trek for a long time after this, until the cartoons, until Star Trek the Animated Series. The original concept for the animated series was also going to be Starfleet Academy, so it's basically going to be college, but with the original cast. And they basically, the people who ran the animation studio said to them that no, we want the original series but animated. So they were like, okay. Although they did put, the animated series is very underrated. It's not good. It does suck. Okay, but it's not terrible. It's not awful, terrible bullshit like Discovery. Like Picard. It's it's the concepts are really good. The concepts and the stories in the animated series are really good. But yeah, when Phase 2 was being considered and stuff like that, when they were going to bring Star Trek back in the 70s, they made a movie instead because Star Wars was a big hit, and they wanted their Star Wars, their version of Star Wars. So we got the motion picture instead of a series. And then when they were basically they were actually considering an actual, like, a new TV series, we got Next Generation, but one of the pitches was the Starfleet Academy idea again, but this time in a little bit in the future. And then we got the Next Generation instead, which is fine. It's definitely the safer of the options, but we could have had Starfleet Academy then. One of the shows that was basically pitched after Star Trek: The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and Voyager. The next show, like they actually had two options: do Starfleet Academy or go with a prequel. They wanted to go with a prequel either way because they were going to show Starfleet Academy like before Kirk. Like that was going to be it. Like he was going to like Starfleet Academy just before Kirk, during the Romulan Wars and all of this stuff. Like that was the big deal, you know. It was going to be a big deal. Instead, we got Enterprise, and they kind of skipped over the Romulan Wars, but they didn't even happen according to them. But they definitely did in Star Trek history. But whatever. And then Star Trek disappeared for a long time because like some executive somewhere in Paramount or whoever owned Star Trek at the time, I think it was still Paramount, basically didn't want Star Trek. They did not want Star Trek at all. They wanted to shut down Star Trek, so they made sure that Star Trek was dead. Like that's the main reason why season 5 of Enterprise never happened. Is because basically that was it. That was Star Trek. There's a documentary about this, by the way. You can totally watch this on YouTube. So yeah, when finally Star Trek did come back, it was kind of an issue because, like, in the movie, we already had Starfleet Academy and stuff. In the new movie, 2009, when was Star Trek? When was the, Star Trek, the movie? Chris Pike and all that stuff. Like, oh. But yeah. Like, when that came out, they already did some of that, so they couldn't make a series that was going to be Starfleet Academy. Then they couldn't make that series because it kind of clashed too much with what they were doing in what they had already shown on the screen, and it was like, fuck, what do we do now? Discovery. They did Discovery. So yeah, this new Starfleet Academy is now based on a spaceship, which I already said is wrong for a couple of reasons. We've already been on a spaceship. It's not so much down to Earth. There's apparently big stake storylines and storytelling. Yeah. And also is just like it's in the future. So we got no chance of basically like name dropping anybody because they're like super dead. So yeah. There's no way for me to enjoy this. There's no way for me to enjoy Starfleet Academy. I don't care who's in it. Basically, you've broken Star Trek. Yeah. Unless you have holograms. You can have holograms, I guess. Hey, someone had to be fucked by a horse to make a centaur first. Not necessarily. The Minotaur, yes. Like the Minotaur, that was there was some weird shit happening right there. Yeah. But I think the centaurs are basically, they existed on Earth before humans, like according to Greek myth. I think they were just before humans, before people arrived on Earth. Basically, like centaurs just have been around. So yeah, new stuff, cool. Honestly, that was the worst trailer I'd seen this year. Did you watch the trailer or did you watch the clip? The trailer looks eh. It just is. It's just very eh to me, you know, because I already don't like the show. So yeah, I mainly hate non-serious college vibes in the show. That looks like you already read that. I don't think it's team. I don't think that's right. Um, does the guy get the girl side plot when I care about the spaceship more? That's kind of already my criticism. That was my criticism like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, my criticism was that basically like there's going to be huge plots about like huge deals involving high stakes and stuff like that, and it's like I thought it's supposed to be a college drama. Isn't it supposed to be a college drama? Isn't the point of Starfleet Academy that it's a college drama? Do we need like a big villain? Is this yeah? Can we get to know our people first before we have like big bullshit happening? Oh no, we can't because there's only 7 episodes, if that. Um, if even half that show doesn't focus on the ships, if even half that show doesn't ships in space, and more about the relationships of the characters being in love, gonna be ass. Nobody has to be even in love, okay? What's with the whole like romance stuff? You don't have to have a romance to have a show be good. You watch the trailer, yeah. There's like an exclusive clip, and that's that's annoying. Why is Paul Giamatti whistling the original theme tune for the original series? In the trailer. Okay. I kind of need context. Because technically, that's the problem with every Vulcan ever. So yeah. It's been a while since I watched the actual trailer. I don't remember who screams, but yeah, basically, like if a Vulcan loses control, then they could really hurt someone. The main mixed guy, I don't know. Again, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't care. I don't care enough. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I want to. I want to actually care. I want it to be good. I do. It's just that it looks so bad already. Just the original. It's so far from the original concept. I'm just. I'm already out. I don't care about the plot of Star Trek Online. Isn't the whole point of Star Trek Online that basically like it doesn't have a plot wherever you go? Wherever you go, there's plot. That's one of the reasons why I don't like Star Trek Online sometimes, is because like every time I'm on Star Trek Online, there's a thing that says it's like, why not join this big thing that's happening over here and stuff like that. It's like because I want to go do my thing over here. It's like we've got a whole galaxy. I mean, fuck off. Yeah, but a new season started in December. The Borg is back. Oh, good. Of course they are. Oh my god. It used to be at least a bit creative. Haven't the Borg been back like 4 times already? Star Trek, get a new thing. Get a new thing. Do something else. Star Trek Online at least has I mean, it has no excuse. Okay, it has no excuse because they are online. They can make new threats. Didn't they have? They used to be good. They used to be really good because they used to have like, I think they did the Hook. Didn't they do the Hook, the legendary ancient race that basically like comes in and fights the Klingons and stuff? Like they were a big deal in Star Trek Online. And then you had the Iconians. Didn't the Iconians come back? Like that, I remember that being a big story that was really good. Like that was a big deal. Like and the guys that made the Dyson spheres as well. Like they came back, and there was a whole story to do with them, and that was sort of interesting. It kind of took over the game a little bit, if I'm honest, but yeah. Like, see what I mean? You had all of this stuff based on original Star Trek lore that you can do because you don't really need a huge budget to do that stuff for online games, you know? But yeah, just do that. But now they're just recycling the Borg over and over again. At least when I first played Star Trek Online, they had all of this plot about the Romulans and New Romulus and how awesome how the Romulans weren't going to let this like beat them and stuff like that. Before Picard fucked it all up. Before Picard shat all over that. Well, the Borg hasn't been here for 3 years in a main release. Oh my god. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You've already done that. You've already done that. Star Trek is Borg fatigued. Like the lower decks managed to not deal with the Borg. Because they got it. They understood. We're going to do something else. They actually had interesting. Star Trek Lower Decks actually had really good, interesting backstories and storylines. Like Star Trek Lower Decks was doing stuff. Like they had like series long arcs that made sense. It did get ridiculous. It did get ridiculous at the very, 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 very end. Like, I hate it when they do the whole thing where it's like the whole universe, every universe in the multiverse will be destroyed if we do this. So basically, like, it's the end of everything, reality as we know it, forever, for everybody. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. You know, your brain needs to have music. Okay. Like, yeah, like enough with the Borg. Enough. I think everybody knows this. I wouldn't mind so much if basically like if Picard didn't bring back the Borg like 3 times. That's still so funny. It's bad. It's terrible. It's stupid. But they did it 3 times. They did it 3 times, and then they acted like it was a big shock and it was new when it every time it happened, and it was like, no, it's not. Go away. Like, so, oh my god. I think I'm gonna go 2. I'm just reiterating. Yeah. I'm listening to that music again. It's a really good music video.
This is the letter that I didn't write. Looking for color in the black and white. Skyscrapers we created on tricky ground. And I'm trying to find my patience, but she won't let me breathe. And I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. There's nothing underneath. It's all a waste of time. All we are is talking over each
I'm going if
other.
nobody's going to say anything. I don't really know what to talk about anymore. Okay. It's kind of what I feel like when I got my new phone. I get it.
I'm so tired of talking over each other. Say what's underneath. I wanna see your side. Don't ever be talking over each other. Over each other. Over each other. Over each other.
Oh my god, the music video is so tragic. It's so good, but it's so tragic at the same time. But yeah, over each other. Linkin Park. Check it out. It's good. Right. Do I stay up or do I go to bed? If I go to bed, I can play my computer game on my phone for longer. I'm still not over the whole gaming thing on my phone. Fuck. No, I'm just gonna stay up. My tummy's being a bit weird. I don't think I should lay down for long periods of time, you know, just in case of refluxiness. Plus it's Sunday. I can do what I want. I can do what I want. Oh fuck! I need to go in the house now because I need to pee. Damn it! God. Oh. Okay. Okay. Why is my shirt all wrinkly? Belly rubs. Oh, stretch. Belly rubs and belly salute. Put my pants up all the way again. Good. Why does my shirt always? It's just off center. It's just so off center. It's like it's always off to this side. Whatever. Toodles.